At the Rose Bowl in Pasadena, Brazil met Sweden, 15 days after their group meeting had ended 1-1. For both teams, the prize now was so much greater. The tension increased. Brazil dominated, but breaking through the Swedish rearguard was another matter. Branco's free kick worried Thomas Ravelli. Minutes later, Swedish midfielder Håkan Mild responded. His shot from distance failed to really trouble Claudio Taffarel. The Brazilians were impressing their rhythm upon the match. Midfielder Zinho was at the heart of things, with Romario and then Bebeto. Zinho arrived to crown the neat move, but the shot went wide from the player who'd taken over from Rai as Carlos Pereira's conductor in midfield. Brazil continued to make the play, to push for the opening. Romario managed to find himself some space inside the area. But he couldn't beat the covering defending of Patrick Anderson. Following up, Mazinho could only hit the side netting. Brazil had missed a superb chance. At 0-0, Sweden were holding on. Anderson, who'd go on to win the Champions League with Bayern Munich, was a key part of the Swedish tactical plan. Still, Brazil swarmed forward. Captain Dunga released Bebeto from the left. The lithe striker found his chunkier partner, but Romario's control for once wasn't quite right. And Ravelli was in the right place to deny the tournament favourites. 0-0 at half-time, Rai would be involved in the action, replacing the struggling Mazinho for the second period. Brazil's blue shirts didn't relent in their search for that opening goal. But Ravelli was inspired. Sweden's oldest player was revelling in the biggest match of his career. Then even more trouble for Sweden. Captain Jonas Thern was sent off for a violent tackle on Dunga. Sweden would have to play the final 30 minutes with 10 men. Thern's last gesture, to shake Dunga's hand, was a sign perhaps the Swede felt the Brazilian's reaction may have contributed to his sending off. Down to 10 men, Sweden ringed their penalty area with players. Again, Romario was the danger man. But Ravelli was improvising in his own eccentric fashion. But just 10 minutes from the end, not even Ravelli could do anything. From Jorginho's centre, Romario was in the right place to finally break Swedish resistance and score his 5th goal of the World Cup finals. A goal which liberated the Brazilian fans and people who live only for their football at times. The cross from the Bayern Munich defender Jorginho was perfect. Romario nudged himself the wrong side of Roland Nilsson to score. In the final seconds, Brazil should have stretched their lead, but Bebeto's shot went just over the Swedish crossbar. The Scandinavians had had their moment. Sweden tried everything to equalise, but they just ended up leaving more space for Brazil's dangerous attack to exploit. Dunga's header and Rai's touch presented Romario with yet another chance. But the Barcelona star's left foot shot flew just wide. Joachim Björklund had no time to try and create one last chance for Sweden. The referee blew for the end of the match. Brazil and Italy would meet in the 15th World Cup final. The two most successful nations in the history of football would go head-to-head. The winners would become the first to lift the game's most famous trophy on 4 occasions. A new chapter in football history would be written.